Let me ask you something. Do you remember when games were actually about skill? Not your credit card, not your wallet, not how much money you were willing to throw at the screen. Just skill. You practiced. You failed. You learned. You got better. And when you finally won, it meant something. Now it feels like the winner is decided before the match even starts. Because somewhere, someone already paid for the advantage. And that's the problem. This is why it feels like every game today is becoming pay to win. First, let's be clear. What does pay to win actually mean? It's not just buying skins. It's not cosmetics. Nobody cares if someone spends money to look cool. Pay to win is when spending money gives you a real gameplay advantage. Stronger weapons, faster upgrades, better characters, extra abilities, shortcuts that skip the grind. Basically, if two players fight and one has paid money and the other hasn't, the one who paid has a higher chance of winning. That's not competition. That's a transaction. Now compare that to how games used to be. You wanted the best weapon. You earned it. You wanted to unlock a character. You played for it. You wanted to be at the top. You got good. There was no shortcut. No buy now button. And honestly, that's what made gaming addictive in a good way. Because every win felt deserved. Every upgrade felt like progress. Every loss, that was on you. Not because someone else had a bigger wallet. So what changed? Simple. Money. Gaming is no longer just entertainment. It's a massive industry. And companies realized something very important. Why sell a game once when you can keep charging players forever? That's where the shift began. From complete games to live services. From one-time purchases to microtransactions. And from fair progression to systems designed to push you into spending. Let's talk about how they do it. Because this isn't random. It's designed carefully, psychologically. First, the grind. Modern games are intentionally slow. Progression takes longer. Rewards feel distant. Unlocks feel just out of reach. Why? Because frustration creates pressure. And pressure makes you think, maybe I'll just spend a little to speed things up. That's not accidental. That's design. Then comes FOMO. Fear of missing out. Limited time offers. Exclusive items. Countdown timers. Buy now or lose it forever. Even if you don't need it, you feel like you might regret not getting it. So you spend. Again, not by accident. And then we have loot boxes, which are basically gambling, but disguised as surprise mechanics. You don't know what you'll get. You might get something amazing. Or you might get trash. So you try again. And again. And again. Because maybe the next one will be worth it. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's the point. Now, let's talk about the biggest lie. Pain doesn't affect gameplay. That's what companies say. But then they sell. XP boosts. Premium weapons. Early access to powerful gear. Battle passes that unlock advantages faster. So no, maybe they won't call it pay to win. But they'll design it so pain feels necessary. And that's even worse. Because now the game doesn't just reward skill. It rewards spending. And that completely changes the experience. Think about the average player. Someone who just wants to enjoy the game. They log in. They play. They try their best. But then they face someone who paid for better gear. Better stats. Better chances. And suddenly, it doesn't matter how good they are. They're at a disadvantage. Not because they lack skill. But because they didn't pay. That's frustrating. That's unfair. And over time, that kills motivation. Now, let's talk about mobile games. Because this is where things got really out of control. Mobile gaming normalized pay to win. Energy systems. Paywalls. Upgrade timers that take hours, unless you pay. At first, it was just mobile. But slowly, that mindset started spreading. To PC. To console. To games that used to be completely skill-based. Now even big titles include battle passes, premium currencies, paid progression systems. It's everywhere. And here's the scary part. It works. People spend. A lot. Not everyone, but enough. A small percentage of players, often called whales, spend huge amounts of money. And that's all companies need. They don't need everyone to pay. They just need some players to pay a lot. And once that model works, why would they stop? But there's a cost. And players are starting to feel it. Games become less fun, more stressful, more competitive in the wrong way. Instead of asking, how do I improve? Players start thinking, do I need to spend money to keep up? That's not gaming anymore. That's pressure. Communities start breaking. Free players versus paying players. Frustration builds. Toxicity increases. And slowly, the game loses its soul. And then something else happens. Players leave. Not immediately, but gradually. Because people can tolerate unfairness for only so long. Eventually they get tired. And when they leave, they don't come back. Now, to be fair, developers do need to make money. Games are expensive to build. Servers cost money. Updates cost money. Teams need salaries. That's all true. But here's the thing. There are better ways to monetize games. Ways that don't destroy fairness. Cosmetic items. Skins. Customization. Things that change how you look, not how you play. Players are happy to spend on that. Because it doesn't affect competition. It doesn't create imbalance. It keeps the game fair. And we've seen it work. Some of the biggest games in the world make billions without being pay to win. So clearly, it's possible. Which raises the real question. If fair monetization works, why do so many games still choose pay to win systems? Because it's faster. Because it's easier. Because it makes more money in the short term. Even if it damages the game in the long run. And that's the real issue. Short-term profit over long-term player trust. So where does this leave us? Are all games doomed to become pay to win? Not necessarily. But the trend is real. And it's growing. As players, we still have one kind of power. Choice. What we play. What we support. What we spend money on. Because every purchase sends a message. If players keep rewarding pay to win systems, They will keep growing. If players demand fairness and support games that respect them, things can change. But right now, it feels like we're moving in the wrong direction. Because gaming was never supposed to be about money. It was supposed to be about challenge, about skill, about fun, about competition that feels fair. And maybe that's why this hurts so much. Because we remember what gaming used to be, and we can see what it's becoming. So the next time you lose a match, ask yourself honestly, did you lose because the other player was better? Or because they paid more? Because if it's the second one, then it's not really a game anymore. It's just a system, designed to make you spend. And that's exactly why every game feels like it's becoming pay to win. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more.